Hello friends, welcome to the lecture on subroutines. Today we are going to see how we can return values from a subroutine and also how we can call one subroutine from another subroutine. So let us first see how we can return values, and also we'll be trying to returning multiple values from a subroutine. So let us say we have this particular subroutine will take multiple scalar variables. Okay. This will take multiple scalar variables and will perform multiple operations on that scalar variable. So let's say I am collecting these variables in two of my scalar variables, that is var1 and variable 2. Okay, it is being given to me by @_variable. Now what we'll do is we'll simply perform couple of operations here. That would be, one would be add_result, and this would be something like $var1 addition with $var2. And similarly what we'll do is we'll have a multiplication result. So we'll say multiplication result is equal to $var1 into $var2. Now what we'll do, we'll go ahead and return these variables. So we'll use $add result and $multiply result, just like this. So this statement will actually return these two values whenever we call this particular subroutine. So we'll see how we can actually collect them and how we'll work with these two values. Now you need to call this particular subroutine in order to execute this particular subroutine. So what we'll do, we'll first pass two values to this subroutine, as we are collecting two values here. So let's say 10, 20 are my two values. Okay, now this subroutine returns two values. So what we'll do is we'll say $result1, $result2. These are my two values of the subroutine, or probably these two values are returned by this subroutine. So I'll define them. And if we go ahead and say print add result, that is $result1 and multiply result, this is $result2. So let us go ahead and execute this particular program. Oops. Okay, I hope now it's gonna work fine for us. I forgot to write my variables here. So now if you see, we have got our result as 30 and 200. So what it has done is it has returned me these two values. I have collected these two values in two scalar variables and I have gone ahead and printed these values. Now what if you have a print function where, or which function, or that function is simply going to print whatever you want to get printed from that particular function. So what we'll do is instead of these three statements written loosely here, what we'll do, we'll put them into a function. So I'll say sub, and the name of the function would be print result. Okay, and this function is, it will not accept any values. Basically this is a simple function wherein we are calling the other function, that is the operation function, and we are actually going ahead and printing the values. So instead of actually printing it loosely, my print result function would actually print these values, and I'm calling this particular operation function inside the print function. So I'll do the same thing for sub print result. We'll do a forward reference, and now we'll go ahead and call the print result function. So let us now go ahead and execute our program. Oops. So if you see, we have still got the same output. So what we have done is we have called another function. We have made another function. We have called our operation function from the function that we have created. So we are basically calling a function within another function, and we are actually using that particular output of that particular function, and we basically gone ahead and printed that those values. So I hope in this particular lecture what we have learned is we have seen how we can pass multiple values from subroutine, how we can collect those multiple values whenever we call that particular function. That is, the number of values that you are returning, you should have those number of variables here, and you can get all those values inside these particular scalar variables, and how we have called a function within another function. So I hope this is pretty much clear, and I'll see you guys at the next lecture where we'll see how we can pass multiple arrays and multiple hashes to a subroutine. Till then, thank you.